Hello everyone and welcome back to Soul Standing. My name is Beth and today I am doing a writing video kind of in conjunction with my review video for Lauren Graham's Talking as Fast as I Can. Now this is not something I've written, but she talks about Don Roos rather, in her book and how he has written so many marvelous things like the screenplays to Marley and Me, among other things. And when she was writing and under immense pressure, she talked to her buddy Don, and he gave her this 10-step process called the kitchen timer process that really helped her, and it sounded pretty great. I know some of you are not going to be picking up her memoir or won't be reading it anytime soon, which is fine, but you should definitely reconsider and get it like now in audiobook, preferably because she narrates. But anyway, I've already talked about that in the other video, which I will link up somewhere over there, somewhere. I loved the book and I especially loved her writing advice, but I thought I would give you guys the 10 steps to Don Roos's kitchen timer writing. Number 1, get a kitchen timer. That might seem obvious given the title of this writing process, but you need a kitchen timer that goes up to 60 minutes or any of the timer apps you can get on your phone, on your computer, etc. This leads us to number 2, choose your next day's writing time. That's right, you heard me. Choose how long you are going to write for the next day. Then schedule it in a day planner or some such thing so that you know when you're supposed to be writing or how long you're supposed to be writing it. Schedule just like you would a lunch date with your friends or a meeting at work, and then you have to stick to the schedule. Number 3, no distractions. For this, we're talking about silence your ringers. Don't pop up Messenger. Don't pop up text messaging. Don't be on Twitter. In fact, turn off the Wi-Fi if you're using your laptop. Don't use music with words unless they are in a language you cannot understand, because otherwise you're going to start singing along to your favorite song and kind of forget about writing. Now, some people can listen to music with words that they love and still be able to write. I'm a person who does that on occasion. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. But if you know it's a distraction, do not do it. No internet, no reading, no organizing your desk. Use pens or pencils that are all sharpened to a point. You have 12 of them, so you don't have to get up and sharpen them. Things of that nature. 4, immediately open 2 documents. This is obviously for people who are working on the computer. You're supposed to turn off the Wi-Fi capabilities on your laptop or computer. Sit down and open your journal, which you're supposed to be keeping a sort of writing journal, as well as whatever your current work in progress is. Now, for me, I typically work with a notebook, so this would mean having the notebook I write ideas down in, as well as my current work in process notebook. Either way, if you can't seem to get the flow of your current work in process, then you go over to the writing journal. You can talk about what you want to write in the future. You can write about how much you hate writing. You can complain about your neighbors or your stinky dog or whatever it is you want to do in there. And then if you get the itch to write on your WIP, go back over there. However long you have set aside to write, that is how long you're going to be working, and that's just how it is. Number 5, keep the full appointment. This means keep your scheduled time. If you scheduled yourself for 20 minutes, write the full 20 minutes. Even if you're not working on your work in progress, you are working on journaling, you're bouncing back and forth, whatever it is that you need to do, because a day journaling is not a day wasted without writing. You're still writing. You are getting out whatever it is that is blocking you from working on your work in progress, and probably coming up with some great ideas for future scenes or works themselves. Number 6, cater the schedule to your need. Okay, so those are my own words. Lauren and Dawn's words were, it is infinitely better to write fewer hours on many days than many hours on only one day. Basically, what we're all saying here is that when you schedule yourself for 2 hours and you only manage to do one, then the next day schedule yourself for 1 hour. If 2 hours is something that's very easy for you. You try 3 and you don't get it, go back to 2. Cater it to your ability, the time that you have, and some people can't just sit there for 6 hours and write every day, and some people can. So make sure that it goes for you, with you, to make it the best schedule for your writing. Ultimately, you want to be able to get your work done to the best of your ability, and that may not be by writing many hours on a Monday and then trying to get back into it on Friday. It's probably not going to be by skipping several days in between. That's why my stuff's not getting done right now. But this is going to help, I think. I think it's going to help all of us. Number 7, when time is up, stop. When the hour is up, or your 20 minutes or whatever it is you have scheduled, no matter whether you are in the middle of a sentence or not, wherever you are, stop. Now you can just take a few minutes to have a break, have a snack, walk around, and then go back and do the next hour or the next 20 minutes, or if you have a little extra time and you just want to add 20 minutes to it, whatever. But even if you are in the middle of a sentence, when the timer dings, stop what you are doing. You can always come back. This brings us to number 8, let the past go and move on. Basically, what we're saying here is that if we have failed to complete the time scheduled, that does not mean we need to schedule more time for the next day. What it means is that that much time is not really available to us. We are not capable of doing that at this point. So the next day, we're going to schedule fewer hours. We're going to schedule less time and really cater the time that we are writing to our lives and what we can or cannot accomplish during a day. Number 9, we give ourselves credit. When we fulfill our time, when we go ahead, schedule it, and fulfill this obligation to ourselves to do the writing, we give ourselves credit for it. Now, she doesn't go into detail about that in the book, so it could just be you go, hey, good job, pat yourself on the back. For me, I would probably tweet it. I would definitely put it on Facebook. I have a writer's page on Facebook, an author's page with my dad. And he is an author. I am an author. My mother illustrates for us, and my daughter has written a picture book. So the whole family loves writing and book and artwork. And we post things on there. And I would definitely go on there and be like, hey, I just got done working on such and such a book for an hour. Here's my favorite line, or something like that. Give yourself credit, and that kind of boosts everybody else into reminding them that you're writing a new book, etc. Or just tell your family and friends. Anything like that. It gives you a good feeling. You finished it. You did what you were going to do. And it's kind of like exercising your body, except this is much more important. It's exercising your mind and your creativity and your imagination. Number 10 is that this opens us up to creativity. So the 10th and final step in this process is not actually a step in the process at all. It's just something that Don Roos throws in about content. If you schedule the time and you get used to sitting down and writing, and you have these 2 things up so that you can write on your current work in progress and or your journal, you can take ideas and put them back and forth and just really pour yourself into it for however long you have scheduled, and you treat it as an appointment with yourself to do this, then that takes away all of the craziness about, am I going to get to write? I have this idea and I can't put it down, blah, 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 or most of that craziness, which then frees us up and allows us to really delve into our creativity and our imaginations and get our projects written to the best of our imaginative abilities. So there you have it, the 10 steps to Don Roos's kitchen timer writing process, as heard in Lauren Graham's Talking as Fast as I Can from Gilmore Girls to Gilmore Girls. If you have more information about this, if you've tried it, please feel free to let us know, do your own video on it, whatever. Please do not hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. I have not tried this yet, but I'm definitely going to be scheduling my time for tomorrow because it says schedule for the next day. So I'm definitely going to be putting it in my calendar for tomorrow, and then we're going to see how it progresses from there. And I will do a future video letting you know how that goes. Until next time, guys, have a fabulous day, read something good, and write something better. I'll see you later.